I know some of you might be wondering, hey, were those cheap Vevor wheels actually any good? Did you keep using them or did you put them away in a closet somewhere? The answer is I kept using them and they've been working great. So this is my 1 month follow-up video to kind of show you how I've been using them in my own studio so that you can get ideas for your studio. So I have been using the belt wheel for trimming. I have sort of loosely put the splash pan on so that I can take it on and off easily and dump my trimming shavings off. I've been loving the stool. The thing I've been really into this month is chattering. And so I'm just gonna do some chattering for you. So that's one down. I think there's a little bit on this one. I'm not sure how much exactly. Hopefully enough. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and chatter it. All right, that looks very pretty. Okay. So that's my quick trim on this spool. Trying to feel to make sure I've got sort of an even thickness here. Looks good. And then I'm holding back here and going at that reverse angle. Ooh, I'm pushing it right off. That's okay. So you can sort of see the differences in speeds and the angle of the tool. Very cool. Did I not throw this one perfectly on center? Who would do something like that? Not me all the time, right? I usually mark that edge where I want to go before I take off some in the center. I don't think I have too much I can take off in this one, so just a little bit. If I had more clay dead center, I would make that more flat in the middle, but I don't. So you can hear it once it starts the chattering. All right. And then I was sort of just tapering off when it came to here. And it's tempting to clean this up now, but it'll just dust off better when it's dry rather than doing anything to it now. But yep, that feels correct. Could have maybe done another band a little further in there, but I think it's good here. So I think the thing that's oops, I forgot to tap it. It's like a good amount of clay. The thing that's addictive about this chattering is just sort of the surprise, because you're not really seeing it as it's happening. All of a sudden it's just done and it's there and you're like, whoa, cool. So for the longest time I wasn't trimming the foot on my pieces at all, so I have a tendency to throw very close to the wheel head, so I always have to watch out for that now. I'm trying to throw a thicker bottom so that I have more room to trim things, but it's definitely not the way I'm used to working. Okay, ready for the magic. Oh, that looks pretty. I think I'm going to put a line on this one. I'm going to try to use just the tip right here. Maybe one more. Okay. It's really pretty. But you can tell the wheel's nice and smooth. Doesn't seem to be no problems there. It's been a good height for me. I could use bigger lugs here, but I think this one has less clay than the last one at the bottom. This needs to be a very shallow foot. That's probably all I can do. And that's very light. It's going to be a pretty bowl. Seems like there's some race car noises outside. I don't know what's going on out there. Somebody enjoying that spring weather a little bit too much. That sounds like it has nothing. Okay, so when it has nothing, that's all I do. A very short spiral. I'm going to do one deep groove here. There we go. Looks pretty nice. Yeah, I definitely don't have any there to work with. It's funny because if I could use more clay here. I just hate wasting clay like that. So I make it needlessly hard for myself, I guess. All right. Sounds good. You could hear there that I let it do some deep grooves down at the bottom. So I did like carving in texture, but there's something to be said for the immediacy of this and the surprise of it. It's just like instant texture for glaze testing. It's just very nice. And I would like to get a real chattering tool, but the mud tool is working pretty well too, so there's something nice about just trimming it and having the same tool and just doing the rest like that. All right, I only have one last little bowl, and it's almost too dry to trim. And that's okay, we'll see what it looks like. Anyway, we'll see if we can do something with it. I don't think there's much of anything on the bottom either. Well, it's a quick trim. A very quick trim. Also helps if it doesn't move independently here. You can see it slipping around, that's okay. I was okay with that. definitely not a perfectionist trimmer. And so right next to my wheel, I have the stainless steel table, and I have been using the bottom shelf in this table for things that I trim. So that's been working out really well. You can sort of see my kiln in the background, not looking less picturesque. And then I have been glazing up here, but right now I just have some other pots that I need to list. For the direct drive pottery wheel, I have been using it for glazing. So this is some of that new terracotta engobe from Mako. And I could have put this on before the chattering, and then it would have been sort of white in those grooves. But I think what I want to do instead is have it be dark in the grooves. So I'm doing it after. Okay. So this is also just a fun way to glaze. If you're not constantly spinning the piece in your hand. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for a second. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly go over it with a sponge to wipe back some of that color. Yeah, that looks pretty. So darker in the grooves, and then I left a band there. This needs to be bisqued before I can put any more glaze on it, but yes, everything's been holding up really well. I haven't had any problems with any of the Vevor's products. And yes, the table is very useful. I'm still using the stool too. So the links are below if you want to try any of these Vevor products for your own studio. I've really been enjoying having sort of different spaces in my studio that are for different things, having a trimming area, having a glazing area, having a spot where I'm setting things after I trim them. I found that it's really just sort of helped with my workflow to kind of clean up a little bit and have access to my shelves and have access to everything, and then just sort of have I start here, I work here, I work here. Yeah, just I think having a good flow to your workspace can really help with productivity. And yes, I am definitely all about producing a lot of bowls this year. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you'll consider these products, links, codes in the description. But yeah, I've really liked working with all of these products, and you might want to try them as well. Thanks for watching, everyone.